tips for effective communication. This is what we're going to be decoding today. Why communication skill is crucial, why it is important. As per the research, this is the number one skill that is ranked in the world. If you are a better communicator, you will see that you will get a better package. Let me give you an example. If you have walked into a for an interview anywhere, right? There are a set of people. Some people are able to communicate better, and some people are good in their skill set. However, if you see people who get a better salary is someone who's able to communicate well, even if you're not technically great or sound. Let me give you an example here further. Let's say there is Sita and Geeta, and Sita is an excellent communicator, but her technical skill is somewhere, out of five, let's rate her three. But we have the Geeta is, mediocre in communication. She is not able to, convey her messages well. However, she is amazing in technical skill set. Let's rate her 5 out of 5. What do you think? Who will have a higher chances of going up the ladder in terms of team management? It's definitely the candidate number one because she's able to communicate well. So if you want a better paycheck, that is, you want to get into a leadership position. And if you want to get into a leadership position, communication is the most important, crucial skill set that is required to get you to that level. Hope this was simple. Today we're going to be discussing this in detail and going to deep diving into it further. Right. So just a quick introduction. I am Vinita Bhavsar, and thank you so much for joining me again on my channel, the Vinita Bhavsar Growth Theory. All this, what I'm doing is with the intention of helping you grow, enabling you to get better, perform better, which can lead you to better paychecks, and that will eventually lead you to better lifestyle, better relationship, and being emotionally stable. Right. Thank you so much for contributing on this journey, and I hope you have subscribed to my channel, and please do not forget to push on the notification bell and do share this content if you truly found it insightful. Now, let's quickly jump into the 12 effective tips to improve your communication skill. And I think with the example of Sita and Geeta, I was able to explain you the importance of good communication, right? Communication is very essential to build trust, whether it is about your professional life or your personal life. Mastering the art of communication can significantly boost your productivity and relationship. And the best part is, it's a skill you can improve with practice. And the best part is, it doesn't even take a lot of money that you have to really spend into to become a good communicator. Now we will quickly move into the 12 points. The number one is active listening. Communication is more about listening than that of talking, but we do it otherwise. Let me give you a quick example in this case of a doctor and a patient. Let's say the patient comes to the dispensary. The patient just says, you know what, I am not feeling well and I'm coughing. And the doctor immediately jumps into the conclusion, you know what, it's viral and you need to undergo a 5 days treatment. And that is it, it is spread everywhere. But this is half work done, right? Did not really check into the details of your fever. For how many days it has been happening? What if you were having a fever for the last 10 days and you have been on paracetamol for these many days, and eventually the medical test is required, your blood test is required, right? So that's why active listening is very crucial. This example was closest for me to explain you so that you comprehend it well. Even when I'm talking to you, if I'm not able to give you simple examples to understand, because I really don't know what kind of audiences do I have. Even in English, there are different levels. So based on that, I'm keeping my language literally neutral so that it is easily understood by a lot of people out there. So this is what active listening means. This means truly focusing on the other person as to what they are saying, what's the message they have to deliver without really interrupting or, like being inactive where you are actually practicing your response while they are speaking. So really did not listen to the other person. Active listening shows respect and helps you to understand the message completely, comprehend it fully. So next time you're in conversation, please remember to listen to the other party more and talk less. Tip number 2, non-verbal clues. Listening, talking, conversing is more about body language. As I mentioned, It's less about the words, it's more about the body languages out there, right? So, how are you? What's your gesture? Where is your eye contact? Are you passive? Are you active? Are you leaning on your chair when somebody is talking to you? Or are you just fidgeting with someone when somebody is talking to you? These are non-verbal clues that you give. It's very important that you lay a lot of emphasis on your non-verbal cues when you are in a conversation. It's very important that somebody is even when you're talking, you need to observe the other person. Are they fully attended? Are they just randomly there and not laying focus or not laying emphasis on the conversation, right? So your body languages, your facial expressions, your tone of the voice, your intonation, your eye contact is as much important as your words. I would rather say it is more important than your words, right? So be mindful of how you are presenting yourself and read the nonverbal signals of others to gauge their reaction. Moving on to number 3 point, that is clarity and conciseness. It's very important. It's very important that you keep clarity in your conversation. Be clear and concise. Don't just elaborate. The best way to implement this is always start with the end of your conversation. Example, you want to discuss about your leave. Hey boss, I need a leave for 2 days in the next month and the date are this. Let me give you a better example, because you may say ki, this is about leave, so it's very easy to convey. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're a customer care executive and you're calling your customer and there was some query raised. Let me give you an example about the phone is hanging, right? And I call the Apple customer. And this is completely hypothetical. So please do not hold me for the conversations or for the brand here. I am a customer service executive. I'm going to call them. Hi, Vinita. You have raised a complaint regarding your iPhone 13 hanging a lot. And we are calling you to discuss the same. It is because of three reasons. They are one, two, three. So can I help you to fix this right away if this is the right time for you? And if you have 5 minutes to get on a call, and that's how you start your conversation. So always start with the end in your mind. Okay. I hope you've understood this. Now, nobody likes to listen to long and rambling explanations. Stick to the point and make sure that your message is easy to understand. Tip number 4, confidence. Speak with confidence. There is a thin line between confidence and arrogance, and we most of the time get confused with the two. It's all about understanding empathy, right? So you want to speak to the other person the way you would want them to speak to you. Just maintain that and be very clear in your conversation, and that's what confidence is all about. So you also give the opportunity to the other person to be heard than you just doing the one-way conversation, right? This will inspire a lot of trust and respect for you in the other party. Moving on to tip number 5, that is empathy. Softly covered this point in point number 4, where we discuss about confidence. Empathy is all about when you want to, the way you want people to talk to you is how you speak to others. That's what empathy is all about. Forget about you understanding anyone. This is what empathy is all about. If you just follow this ground rule, I am very sure you will not be rude, arrogant with anybody out there. So speak with empathy. Have a lot of empathy when you're conversing. Moving on to the next point, that is point number 6, open-mindedness. You need to know that not everybody think alike. Your way of looking at life may be different than a lot of people out there. So it's not necessary that whenever you are conversing, it's your perspective that will be given a lot of value. It all depends on the other party. Do not try to push your perspective onto others, but handle the conversation neutrally. You may have a different perspective, the other party may have a different perspective. And the maturity is when we respect each other's perspective. And that's what open mindedness means. Moving on to number 7, feedback. Be open to take feedback as well as give feedback. Feedback is nothing but a stepping stone to getting better. Do not forget this. Be very open in giving a constructive feedback to the other party, as well as be open to receive the same. Number 8 is adjust to your audiences. Let's say I'm talking to you in English. If we were sitting, face to face, and you would have been a Hindi communicator, I would quickly move my language from English to Hindi. And that's what respect means. Communication is all about explaining your message well to the other party and expecting an acknowledgement from them. So if you're speaking, if I speak to you Chinese today, and if you don't understand that, that's a total disrespect, right? Extremely important that you adjust to your audiences. Number nine, public speaking, extremely crucial for your growth if you want to get into leadership position. And you know what? Nobody has told you this, but you are a born public speaker. Let me tell you how. When you are talking within your group, it's your close group, your friend circle, your family. You wouldn't even think twice before raising your voice or before putting your opinion or before conversing because you're comfortable and you're not scared or you don't have any fear of judgment here. And that's why you're conversing so confidently within your close circle. That is public speaking, right? So what changes when you get on the stage? Because you're operating out of fear. You fear of being judged. You fear of not performing well. If you just eliminate these fears, I am very sure you're a born public speaker and you're going to do amazing on the stage. I'll move on to the next number 10 point. Use a lot of stories in your conversation. How did we start? The interview story, the Sita and the Gita story. This was easy for you to understand what we were supposed to discuss today. It's very important because stories remember in our mind for last. Right now, we are living in a social media era where we are surfing the internet. Our brain doesn't store all the information in order. Story, that's where the storytelling helps. It taps to your memory gland. And that's how you remember stories really for longer than that of informational content. So use a lot of storytelling, examples, numbers in your conversation. Avoid using fillers. I would want you to really comment below what are the fillers that I'm using. I'm very much aware of my fillers. Using words like it, you're right, too many times is nothing but fillers. Please work on your fillers. This clearly says that you're not thinking through before talking. And last but not the least, follow up. A conversation is incomplete if there is no response from the other party. Until and unless your conversation is acknowledged, your communication is not complete, which means you did not communicate effectively. So it's very important that you follow up in your communication. And with this, we have come to an end to today's video where we have covered 12 effective points of effective communication. Improving communication skills can open so many doors for you, can open so many opportunities to you towards a stronger relationship as well as a lot of professional opportunities. Remember, these skills are not just limited to introverts but to extroverts as well. And anyone can learn to communicate effectively with practice. I wish you all the very best in this journey. And if you have stayed for so long in this video, I want to thank you because this gives me the booster and encouragement to do more for people like you. And I would really want you to please comment below if you have stayed so long so I am aware that you till the end of the video. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel as well as click on the bell icon to stay tuned. And I will look forward to meeting you on Tuesday. That's when the next video will be out. See you there. Bye.